Hi guys, Linda here from Create Your Future. Before we start today's video, which is answering a subscriber's question, um, I just want to remind you that I do offer one-on-one coaching and the information is down below, and also that we do have a free course on how to uncover your blocks and manifest fast, and all that information is down below too, so please do check that out. So now, the question from this viewer states that she has been manifesting and sticking to her story. She's getting results from all her major manifestations one by one. Way to go, just the way she was affirming for. But now, when I'm getting all that I desired for, I fear to lose it, or I fear that the old pattern will resurface. But in no way do I entertain it, and I keep sticking to my new story. Again, key. Very good. I got triggered and impatient the other day due to something my SP said, but I think he might have been joking. So again, this is what we mean by giving something good meaning, right? He was just joking, he didn't mean it. Though I have completely stopped reacting, and now I don't have any reason to react as well as everything is aligning. But I did cry it out to release the emotions, and I am again sticking to the new story. What should I do in such a case? Will it affect my manifestation as I have reacted? Why is this happening? I don't think it should at the end of all this, I don't think this should be happening because at the end of all this, I am human and I can get triggered sometimes. Please reply. Okay, excellent question. And the funny thing is, this past week, I've been getting a lot of this, even in like my own personal life. So it's kind of cool that this came up. So I guess this is a sign for me to do this video. So one of the things is that the subconscious mind is like it keeps data of those old stories of being cheated on, of being left, of being not good enough, of a relationship ending, of not getting the job, not being worthy, whatever the case may be. So now what we're doing, now we are consciously manifesting. So we've always been manifesting because that story has always been kind of on autopilot. Now we are consciously manifesting, which means now we're going to choose the thoughts we want to have. Now we're going to choose the story and how it's going to play out. Now I'm going to choose the way I view myself, think of myself, assume of myself, which is self-concept. Now I'm going to give good meaning when things happen in the 3D that are unfavorable. Now I'm going to ignore the 3D and not take it as final because I know I can change the story. So now what happens is you're now trying to do something new with the subconscious mind. And yes, as she stated, we are human. You're going to have off days. You're going to have days where you're triggered. People in happy marriages also, might have arguments or something at work. You might get a crappy project to do for the week. It's fine. We're human. There's ups and downs, even flows. That's fine. Now, the thing that I notice is that when things start to go well, really well, instead of us saying, yes, I did it, it's working, I'm a master manifestor, what happens is we start to brace for impact or waiting for the other shoe to drop or this is too good to be true. This has been going on too well for too long, like something's got to give. And then when you're in that state, you're going to start looking for proof of that happening. Well, he did cheat on me last time and SP did leave before and this did happen. And now you're fearing and you're doubting in the law and you are spiraling and thinking that it's not working. It might not work. How long is this going to last? You might also take 3D action or react like she did. Her SP did or said something. In the end, she realized that he was probably joking, or that could have been the meaning that she gave it, that he was probably joking. But at the time, it triggered her to think something poorly. So the first thing is that it's okay. Forgive yourself. We can continue to change the story as long as we keep jumping back on the favorable story more dominantly. You'll get back on track. It's not like you screwed up and you start all over again. Think of it as when you're driving on a road and you get lost and a GPS has to like reroute you and then you get back on track and you continue to your destination. It might take an extra 10, 15, 20 minutes, but you don't go start from scratch. You just reroute and come back. So that's what it's like when you're doing your techniques or you have a really good mental diet, you're on your way to your destination. When you have a negative thought or a spiral or something throws you into 3D, you just kind of detour. The important key is bring yourself back. Nope. I intend that I'm still getting my desire. I'm loved. I'm wanted. I'm chosen. I'm in a faithful, loving, committed relationship with SP. And you get there. So number one, no, you didn't screw it up as long as you keep going back to the favorable story. Every time you go back to the favorable story, you continue where you left off. You're not starting from scratch. So number one, forgive yourself. That's fine. It happens. We are human. And anybody that tells you they have the perfect life, the perfect job, the perfect partner, the perfect whatever, coaches, real people, anything, there's dips. We're human beings, and that's fine. You just now are going to be aware of those negative thoughts, catch them, and you're going to go back to your new story. Another thing that I recommend is, instead of just ignoring and flipping, observe why you had that thought. So for example, in this case, SP did something that was jokingly, but at the time it triggered her in thinking it was something bad. Okay, why did I think it was something bad rather than thinking he was joking? Because remember, everything is neutral. We give it meaning. We give it meaning if it's something bad based on our state, self-concept, old stories and all that, or we can give it a good meaning like, ah, he was just joking, no big deal, right? So I would also recommend observing those thoughts. Okay, why was I triggered? Because SP didn't call me. Okay, what is that making me feel like? It's making me feel like I'm not chosen. It's making me feel like he's gonna reject me. It's making me feel like he's gonna leave again because my last boyfriend cheated on me. Okay, so what's the new story? I am loved, I am wanted, I am chosen, I am contacted constantly and consistently. Everyone I desire desires me. I'm always in faithful, loving, committed relationships. I'm the upper power. This is just a thought. It means nothing. I'm going back on track and I'm going to continue. So I want you to just observe, catch that unfavorable thought, and go back on track, okay? So the first thing was that when things tend to go good, sometimes some people start to fear, brace for impact, wait for the shoe to drop, oh, too good to be true kind of thing, and that's why these thoughts happen. Number two, if those thoughts happen, don't worry, it's okay. We are human. Just observe where they came from. Oh, don't spiral. Kind of see the area of your mental diet that you still need to work on, and you're going to go into the new story, okay? And you're just going to continue. The whole point of law of assumption is what you assume to be true dominantly is going to reflect. So if you have an off day, it's okay. What you need to do is be dominantly in the favorable story. And I literally say, no, that's not me anymore. That's the old version of me. I'm now the version of myself that has the money, the job, whatever it is that you're trying to manifest. Okay, and let's see if there's anything else in her question. So yeah, so if you're fearing that the old pattern's gonna show up, which is also kind of like the bracing for impact, like the first point, give yourself proof of how it can work out, how it will work out. Look for evidence of how everything is unfolding. Everything is a bridge of incidents leading you to your desire. Rather than fearing how this is going to screw up and not work out for you, you don't have proof that that's going to happen. But your mind, if you go into an unfavorable story, will spiral and like literally create that and believe it. So what we need to do is the same thing in the positive story. Look for all the proof that it is working out. Everything has been going good. She stated herself that her manifestations have been coming exactly how she's been affirming. And like she knows that it works and she sees proof that it works. Stick to that. Why it can happen. All the reasons why it is happening. Proof that it is working in your favor. You are in contact again. You are hanging out again. He told you he loved you again. Wow. These are all the reasons that are proving I am on the right track and it will work out. So no need to go focusing on fear. And know that you could always change it. Like a GPS, when you get back on track, you could always change the story back to your favorable story. You just want to be in it dominantly. Listen, we're not trying to be perfect. This is not something we do to get something. Okay, so I want to get SP, so I'm going to do all the techniques. Oh, I screwed up today. I'm going to do the 10,000 affirmation challenge every single day for 5 days. Oh my gosh, I missed a day and I only did 9,999. Oh, SPs. It shouldn't feel like that. We are now genuinely observing our thoughts and our assumptions and our stories and our fears, and now we are consciously catching those, observing them, analyzing them, and telling ourselves a new story. This is something that we want to be ongoing. This is a way of life at this point. The same way you were thinking on autopilot, something unfavorable that kept happening and repeating in patterns in the past, we are consciously now going to catch those and just kind of live that life. Whenever something negative happens, no, that's not me anymore. This is proof that this can happen. If you don't get the job that you wanted, you're going to give it good meaning. Okay, there was a mistake. They're going to hire me anyways. No big deal. And then you'll get the job or a better job. Or like I said, there was a mistake. They hired you later, whatever the case may be. Someone turned down the job. You got called back. Just give it good meaning. Where your energy goes, energy flows. What we want to do is focus on how things can work out. Celebrate the movement we are getting. Being happy and telling yourself, see, this is proof that it is working. Look for all the signs of how it can work rather than looking for all the signs of why it won't work and fear that if it screws up again and it's taking too long and it's already been 3 weeks and it's already been 6 months, but I haven't heard of them. Time is irrelevant. It'll take as long as it takes for your subconscious mind to be saturated in the dominant story more. If you're wavering or looking at 3D or repeating the old story or complaining to friends, it might take longer. If you continue to go back to the favorable story more often, and like I said, focus on the positive things, focus on how this is all the unfolding, all the bridge of incidents leading you to your desire, it'll come quicker. It's a path of least resistance. You just trust it. You feel good. That's how manifesting should feel. It should be something that you're thinking in the morning, during the day, at night, a few techniques if you need to, as tools, because that's what techniques are. Them in themselves don't manifest. Techniques are just tools to help you change those thoughts back into a favorable story, to interrupt a spiral, to catch all those old beliefs and redirect them to a new story. And you just do that until it becomes natural. And you'll start to see proof that it's working, because things that used to bother you before won't bother you anymore. You won't react as often or as severely or at all like you used to. And of course, as a byproduct, you'll actually see movement, as in a phone call, or you bump into SP, or the company you want to work at is hiring. And then eventually, of course, when you get your desire, there's your proof that it worked, right? Another thing I want to mention is that we were always taught seeing is believing, when in essence, it's the opposite. Believing is seeing. You have to believe what's going on first up here in the 4D, in your imagination, in your subconscious mind, and then it has no choice but to show you proof in the 3D and reflect it back to you. That's how it works. So just know, whatever you're thinking, fearing, assuming, good stories, negative stories, happy stories, positive thoughts, whatever you're thinking dominantly here is going to reflect in the 3D. It all starts here. So that's another thing to remember. You don't have to say, but there's no movement, but I don't think it's going to work, but I'm afraid. You don't need proof. The proof comes after. After you get it, you're like, oh, there's the proof that it worked. You don't need to see it to believe it. Okay, when he calls, then I know it's working. When I feel better, then I know it's working. When I get the job, then I know it's working. No, you have to believe that it's possible and that it's happening and that it's working first, and then it reflects. So yeah, let me just go over the rest of this comment here to make sure I got everything. And you know what? It's okay to cry. It's okay to release your emotions. We are human. It's tough to start to control our minds and our thoughts consciously now. Before it was happening on autopilot, you didn't realize it. Now it seems like it could be tougher to do. And you know what? Crying is fine. I'm a crier. Anyone that knows me, I cry when I'm happy, sad, mad, sorry, tired, hungry. I cry. What I like to say is, crying is a release of the residual of the old story. Crying is a release of the old me. Crying is releasing that negative, sad story, whatever it is that just happened that triggered me. And I'm making room now to be filled with love, harmony, peace, worthiness, the job, the SP. I look at it as a release. We don't want to be blaming ourselves for what happens. We're the causation of what happens, because everyone and everything is you pushed out. But it shouldn't feel like a sad, angry, frustrated, guilty, it's my fault type of thing. I created it with my unfavorable thoughts. Guess what? I can uncreate it with favorable thoughts. And I know that that too will eventually reflect. So I intend that I answered this viewer's question well, and that it helped many of you watching. And so yeah, so again, if you'd like one-on-one coaching, the info is down below. I do offer the one-on-one coaching. And until next time, we'll see you soon. Ciao.